Hey, what is going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. Anyways, in this video, I wanted to give you guys a comparison between these two Puma models. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Actually, I just personally wanted to see the differences between the RSO versus the RSX and just see how they look next to each other, give you guys kind of my overall thoughts on the RS model. If you didn't know, RS stands for running system, and back in '87, I believe, Puma had a pair of RS sneakers that had a crazy computer chip thing on the back. It was kind of revolutionary for the time, but this is kind of more of a modern reimaginations of those shoes. So the RSO released first, and this was actually the very first time that we ended up seeing a reimagination from the RS line. And this one was a pretty solid sneaker. It had a lot of OG vibes to it, a lot of retro feel to this, and it had a lot of personality to it as well. Some nice build quality on it in different layers. All in all, I thought that this model was done really well with a nod to that retro feel, especially with the chunky dad shoe movement thing happening. I think that this was introduced in just the right amount of time. But then Puma spiced it up a little bit with this RSX model, and I have to say that this one looks really chunky, really sleek though, and is definitely a kind of a reimagination and like a futuristic look, I guess, on that retro runner. So it's kind of like a futuristic retro or something, I guess. That's the way it feels like to me, at least. I think that this is overall a better shoe than the RSO, and part of the reason why is just, again, because of the overall look of the shoe. The different panels and stuff on the shoe I think look cool and gives them a lot to play with. But the overall comfort of this shoe with this midsole, I don't know what they did to this one. It's not any crazy proprietary foam or anything like that. I think part of it is this really comfortable like gel-like liner that they have in the inside of the shoe. This is really comfortable. Because of it though, I think that these shoes are insanely comfortable on feet, something that I really honestly didn't expect when I tried these on. And just for comparison, I'm a pretty big fan of these, the 700s and the Wave Runner colorway. I'm actually one of those people that absolutely hated this shoe, and then once I ended up getting a pair, I was like, actually this shoe is fire. I really like this colorway even. So I even have the mauve colorway. But a comparison of these ones side by side, just so you can see the chunkiness. These ones are even chunkier than the RSXs, but the RSXs are actually really big. And they have more of a stylistic shape, I guess, than the 700s. Also, the comfort, even though this has boost in the inside of this, the comfort of this shoe is actually kind of rivals the $300 Yeezy Boost 700. So if you're looking for a great alternative to this shoe, I think this is where your money's at. Comparatively to the RSO, it's just definitely a bigger shoe. If you're going to compare the midsole to the RSO, like, it's really just an RSO on steroids. They just made it bigger and, like, I guess more exaggerated. But if you don't like that crazy exaggerated look, you just want something a little bit more, I guess, minimalistic, then the RSO might be your choice of the two. The other thing that's a big plus for me, I personally like a detached tongue, as you guys know, on my channel, and the RSO, it fails to deliver that. It's kind of the neoprene sock liner approach here to the retro, and I don't really love that. It's not easy to get on because of that, although they do have a nice leather pull tab on it and everything, but I wish that this would have been detached and I would have been much happier. So the RSX having that detached tongue is really nice. Also, you do get a really crazy nice big old school like mesh liner around the heel section and just the liner in general versus that neoprene sock liner on the RSO. So different styles, different preferences for a lot of people, but I prefer this one over this one. As for the overall design of the shoe though, you can see the Puma branding here on the side of the shoe. You can see part of the Puma branding here on the side of the shoe, but it's a little bit more hidden. It doesn't look like a full Puma logo, which is kind of cool. It's kind of integrated in the shoe. Then you have a lot of different layers, as I mentioned back here. It says RS running system, and then little suede panel, leather panels, different mesh here, little hit of like reflective type material here, and then some suede like material over the toe, different leather over here on the eyelets as well. So it's kind of like a cool mix. I mean, this looks like from a distance this and this is the same material, but it's actually different. Actually, all three of these materials here are different. So it's cool to me that they're using a bunch of different panels and a bunch of different materials. It's not just one single uniform upper. As for the RSO, on this colorway specifically, this material is really smooth. Same as the leather right here, very nice. Then you have the white leather over most of the shoe and a little bit of mesh on the toe box area. And then that neoprene liner, as I already mentioned. In the back of the RSO, you do have a rubberized heel counter. And then the RSX has a neoprene heel counter. Both of them do have a rope pull tab. This one looks more like a shoelace on the RSO versus the RSX that has kind of that coated pull tab over top of that string. And then the midsole is definitely chunkier and fatter on the RSX versus the RSO. And here's a look at the soles of both of them for those wondering. There's definitely a lot more pizzazz on the RSX versus the more minimalistic look of the RSO. But this is actually kind of a quick and easy summary of both of these shoes. Like the RSX at the top is just wild and like Air Jordan 8 sort of vibes, Air Jordan 7 sort of vibes, like that sort of era, I guess 90s, early 90s. And the RSO though has that kind of unique computer-like uniform look to it. And it's reflected in the uppers. Like this is much more simple and clean. This is much more wild and like vibrant. So I like that they have a little bit of a variety. I think that the RSX is one of those shoes that I'm impressed with. It's a nice looking shoe. It's chunky, it's comfortable, and it's vibrant, and they have a lot of cool colorways. The one that I really wanted, that I actually reached out to Puma and they never got back to me, was the Transformer one. I really wanted that one when I saw first images. Obviously, I'm a Transformers fan. For those that cannot see, Optimus Prime is right there. I have him in the OG one right over here as well. So I'm a fan of Optimus. I'm a fan of Transformers, but I did not get the shoes, unfortunately. But this one is a cool one. I like this colorway. I like the Hot Wheels colorways. I think they're doing a lot of cool things. And I think that Puma, if they continue their trend that they were having in 2018, if they continue that in 2019, I feel like they're going to be the brand to watch. They've been releasing a lot of cool products on top of it. It'll be interesting to see if they expand their basketball line a little bit more. But I like their lifestyle side a lot, these retro runner sort of feels. So hopefully we'll see some more cool stuff from them this year. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think, though, about the RSX or the RSO. My personal preference, again, as I already mentioned, is the RSX. The RSO is really clean and sleek, but the overall styling of this one and the comfort of the RSX is superior, in my opinion, at least for my feet, than the RSO. So my money's on this shoe right here. They're not that expensive, and you can get them for like $110 depending on the colorways. I will link some places in the description for those looking for either of the models. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new to my channel. Notification bell to be notified of when the videos go live. And thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Peace, guys.